Alright, hold on. I'm thinking how I want to do this. Activate. Hit. Pop. Pop. That's 6. White. And we Eugene. This is how the deck is supposed to work. What's up, everybody? This is Planeswalker, and today it is a new set. Tarkir Dragonstorm has released on Arena. I think this weekend. I think Friday is the like official paper release, and when we can play it in tournaments and everything. But anyway, yeah, here it is on Arena. On that note, go check out my trading card game. I really appreciate it. It's ronin-tcg.com. It's a martial arts based trading card game that I've been working on. Finished developing a couple years ago, but I'm still in polishing phase with game testers, getting it translated to Japanese, and fixing cards that are either overpowered or need tweaking through testers. So if you want to get on that, hit me up in the comments. I got a Discord for the game and everything, and go check out social media for that. I really appreciate it. ronin-tcg.com. All right, let's get to the deck tech. So we're playing Ugin. Just get that out there. We're playing Ugin. So how do I put this? Oh, also, I might just be the only content creator these days that is doing best of 3, because that's what we're doing. Best of 3. I don't do best of 1s. Anyway. Eugene, Ojos of the Storms. Eyes of the Storms. Everybody knows what he does. But where I think everybody is playing him wrong, everybody's going for that -11, and you have to +2 him twice to pop him off, and you ult, and then he's gone, or you pump him up 3 times, and then he gets to stay around, depending on how greedy you want to be. But when you cast a spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Amazing. For 7, you get an Ugin, you get to plus or 0, and then you also get to exile a permanent, right? But the second static ability, which people have glossed over, is whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. And maybe that's because you would only see that line of text be of value in eternal formats, such as Modern, Legacy, Vintage, and dare I say it, Commander. I hate that format. Everybody knows that. But in Standard, we have plenty of colorless stuff to do to pop that off. So I've been play testing this all day today, and it's been going kind of up and down. So we're gonna see what kind of games we get. We might win some, we might lose some. Hopefully we win more than we lose, but you'll get the idea, and then hopefully this can be a shell, and maybe somebody else can kind of build upon this. This isn't pure by any means. It's expensive, so don't waste your hard-earned wild cards on it, especially in this economy of real life and Arena. So let's just go through the deck real quick. So initially, straight up colorless is what I went with, but then I realized I need some sort of removal. So we went with white. So we're gonna have 10 planes, and 4 blast zone is needed in this deck for early game. 3 demo fields, Fabled Passage, so we can make sure we grab our planes when we need it. Fomori Vault, that is to dig through and grab a card, draw a card essentially, and Fountain Ports. And we use Fountain Port for treasure tokens quite a bit, and we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so we're playing the white for the DOJs, because we need board wipes, the temporary lockdowns, because you're going to need that for early game, and then the authority of the consoles. These 3 white cards are going to be our defense, 100% our defense. We are running 2 Market Back Walker. I would love to run this as a 3 or 4 of. It's just hard to fit at this point. But this is an XX spell, and this creature enters with +1/+1 X counters on it, or X plus one counters on it, depending on how much you paid. Obviously, if you pay 2, you get 1 counter. You pay 4, you get 2 counters, and so on. But it has that walking ballista effect where you can pay 4 at instant speed, and put a +1 counter on this creature, and when it dies, you get to draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. That's the upside to this card. So even if you play it on turn 2, if it dies, as long as it doesn't get exiled, as long as it dies, you're gonna draw a card, so it'll replace itself. And the higher counters that you put onto it, the more cards you end up drawing. I would love to have this set more, but it's just, like I said, hard to fit. The Iron Crag. Iron Crag. We are running this specifically because it's a 2-drop rock, mana rock in standard that doesn't see any play. We don't ever really equip it to anything because the fact that it loses all the other abilities to whatever creature really is a hindrance more than it is a positive. So this is just a mana rock, straight up mana rock. Obviously temporary lockdown. But Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. This is like the MVP of the deck, because not only does it have flash, but you may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash, which means we can cast our Walker at instant speed, we can cast our Iron Crag at instant speed, we can cast the Thran Spider at instant speed. All of this. We can cast Karn at instant speed. We can cast Ugin at instant speed. Aether Spark at instant speed. So the entire deck has the capability of being instant speed, which is extremely powerful when you're not having to use a ley line. So this card right here is capable of putting the deck over the top as long as it can survive. But with some of the other cards that we have in here, we're able to pull off quite a bit before it dies. So because it's a huge target. So that's a playset. Thran Spider will run this because it's a 2/4 reach on turn 3, and it gives us Power Stone, and that's going to be very valuable later in the game. Obviously, because our Power Stone allows us to activate, or not activate, but use it towards casting artifacts and color spells, or not color spells, but artifact spells. But it also helps us to activate Fountain Ports, to activate Fomori Vaults, to activate Blast Zones, to activate Demo Fields. So it's got a lot of availability to what it can do. 2 Karn Living Legacy. He's in here mostly for the +1 and the -1. +1 make Power Stone. We're gonna need those later. But pay any amount of mana. So if you got like 4 Power Stones out, you -1, you pay 4 with the Power Stones, have all your mana up, and you essentially draw a card. You look at the top X amount of cards, which is how much you paid, and then you draw 1 card from that, which is really good. -7, we're not tripping over that. It's not something we need to worry about. Sad Robot. Sad Robot is our ramp. I kept thinking to myself, I was like, we need some sort of ramp. And Ancient Cornucopia is green. I didn't want to splash another color. You got Llanowar Elves, which is green. And then you got Hauntwoods. Hauntwoods was green. So you got a lot of them that's in green. But I needed the white for our defense, so I couldn't splash the green and fit those other cards in. Sad Robot is a perfect fit. I'd love to run 4 of these. Again, fitting things is very difficult for this deck, because everything is very niche but very needed at the same time. So when Sad Robot enters the battlefield, you search your library for a basic land card, put onto the battlefield tapped, and then when it dies, you draw a card. Pretty simple. Aether Spark, I love this card. This is one of the most fun Planeswalkers I've had. This is one of the Planeswalkers I've had the most fun with in a long time. Fits into any deck. You don't have to create an archetype for this card to just fit in. You throw it on the board, you plus it, even if you don't have a creature, and it's a threat. 100% a threat. If they don't kill that thing immediately, you're drawing 2 cards. Or you're going to put out a creature, move it to 6, and it's protected, and they have to figure a way to get around it. Like, the versatility of this card is a lot better than what people give it credit for. And the -10 happens a lot in this deck. Next, we're running Chimel of the Inner Sun, and we have another one in the sideboard. Radiant Lotus. Now, I want to up this to a 2. Again, I got to find the slots. But Radiant Lotus, and we're running 3 Sire 7 Deaths. We'll just get that out of the way. But Radiant Lotus, we can play this, sack all of our Power Stones to add all of that mana, and play a Sire 7 Deaths, or play an Ugin. Or play the Ugin first, and then play the Sire 7 Deaths, and then exile something. Like, it gets out of control real quick. I did have Gilded Lotus in here, but I had it as just a 1-of, and I never saw it. So the value of it I never really got. But Radiant Lotus, the value you get with that is amazing. So when you have a Liberator out and it's your opponent's turn, and they go to try and, or even if it's not their turn, even if it's your turn, or maybe at the end of turn you play Liberator, and then in response they go to abrade it to destroy it, right? If you have the mana in response to the abrade, trigger on the, or not trigger on the stack, but the stack, you play Radiant Lotus, and then you can sacrifice a Power Stone, and then maybe sacrifice the Battle Thopter since it was going to die anyway, and then, well, you can't actually sacrifice the Battle Thopter. You sacrifice a Power Stone or two, or maybe even an Iron Crag, a Power Stone and an Iron Crag for 6 mana, and then you put out a Sad Robot, or you put out a Market Backwalker for 3. Right before your Liberator dies, you can still activate the Lotus and put it out, but just don't sacrifice the Liberator because you need the flash aspect to it. So, yeah, so there's a lot of tricks you can do with that. It is really fun. The deck is fun. I'm having a great time with it. It's just the power level doesn't seem to be there, and I'm still trying to figure out as to what else it needs to put it over the top, or what should be removed to keep it more consistent. So we're gonna get through a few games and check that out. Sideboard, because I play best of 3. 2 Stone Brain, 3 Meteor Golem. I'd love to put Meteor Golems in the main. Can't fit them. Cityscape Leveler. Again, that's a 3 of in the sideboard. The sideboard is completely it can be fixed. It can be catered to what you need. But Cityscape Leveler is just really good. Suchi Cave Guard. I'm trying this out. I kind of want to do like a 2 and 2 split, 2 in the main, 2 in the side, or even just 2 in the main. Because this thing is an 8 for 8 Vigilance Ward 4, and then when it dies, you get 8 colorless mana. It says it says if you kill me, if you destroy me, Ugin's coming. Like it's wild. So I want to put that in the main. I'm just trying to get the consistency of the main deck first, so I can get my Radiant Lotus out. I can make sure I have consistent mana drops and things, and Iron Crags before I put the big ballers in the main. So this is colorless Ugin, or I should say mono white Ugin, and we're gonna put this into. You have to go into ranked. So, I mean, if you're not going into ranked, you're not really testing the deck for real. So, yeah, let's get into ranked, get a couple games in, and see how this deck performs. Remember to go check out my trading card game, ronin-tcg.com. I'd really appreciate that. All right, catch you in a bit. Peace. Hopefully get some Eugene plays in here. Got Temp Lockdown, and hopefully draw into a 4th land. Kind of how we... There it is. Nice. Okay. It's mono red, huh? Or Boros, maybe? Or Rakdos? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's Sad Robot. I appreciate that, homie. Thank you. Four, 5. Oh, we could Chimmel next turn. Let's go. Abrade it. Blow it up. Let me draw a card. Let's just swing in, see if they block or not. End the turn. Let's see what we get. Discover 5. Iron Crag. Hey, we're always up for some more ramp, right? Down for that. Yep. Go hard. Go, Radiant Lotus, let's go. We're gonna need some mirror match?
It warms my heartstone to see alliances old and new. Every power stone fuels our cause.
Let's see. Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay. 1 second. Give me a second. Hold on. We're just gonna pass. Let trim a trigger. Alright, that works too. Yeah. 5, 6, 7. So we could Radiant Lotus at the end of turn. And then we could probably Ugin at the end of turn as well. Let's see what they do. Okay. Are they going to -5 or draw 2 cards? Okay, cool. Have fun with that. Here. We might be playing some sort of mirror match. This spell was bargained, which it was not. Okay. So, let's go with Radiant. Let's go with... Alright, hold on. I'm thinking how I want to do this. Activate. Hit. Pop. At 6. White. And we Ugin. This is how the deck is supposed to work. We could Market Back Walker for 0, but they don't have colored permanents, so there's no need. A +1 on Karn, which is fine. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and lock down. That's gonna be pretty backbreaking for him. So yeah, let's go ahead and just lock down. Uh, 3, 4, 5. Let's draw a card, gain life. Drop the land.
My plan bears fruit.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot Grand Spider has reach. I even said it earlier in the deck tech. Let's go. Walk. Unless they think I have something else, that's probably why. Okay, so I can kill this Grand Spider, which I think I should do, because at 7, look top 4 cards and reveal an artifact, put it in your hand. I would have to sack the Radiant Lotus itself. 3, that would make 6. Nope. Let's go!
To the patient.
Let's put an Aether Spark down. Nope. So that's the other part that's like really good. You got Chimmel, which is casting, which will get a trigger off of Ugin. So normally, like, we would have just like exiled like three of their permanents. So like that's how the deck is supposed to be functioning. Still have our board wipe. We have another 3 spider, which would give them a power stone as well. Wait, what? Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast a spell is greater than liberated power. Yeah, okay. So I technically could have just done it for 2 and kept the Lotus, now that I think about it. For the Walker. Yeah, I could have done that. I mean, I think this one's over. It doesn't necessarily matter. Yep, the power of giving all your stuff flash. I mean, our opponent's there. There we go. That time.
Enough talking. Let's do this.
Sure.
You're
Raven
toast.
Plus. I can't stand it when players take forever. I get like
Dominaria's
it
treasures
takes
will
a while
aid
to
us
think,
in our
but
fight.
sometimes it's just no, it does not.
Insight is
Let's
vital
see. So we
to
pretty much have everything
success.
at instant speed. We'll just pass.
Working together.
Sure. Let's play that. Why not? We have 6 manas. We're gonna play the Liberator, and then we're gonna play the Iron Crag. I didn't have any mana, so it would have been really good. I actually wouldn't have been able to do it because it would have been on the stack. I was gonna say if we had a colorless spell to cast when they activated sure, to the Chandra, then we could have exiled her, but
We
that's fine.
stray.
We're gonna exile this Overlord anyway. Yeah. Trigger. See ya.
Fate. Every power stone fuels our cause.
Hey.
My resources are
Let's see. Let's just swing in on this. Just come out of here.
treachery befalls us.
Oh, and
Open your mind to possibility.
oops, I meant to put that in my hand. There's no need to cast it.
I am the master of this world.
Obviously, it would have been if we weren't going up against a mirror. Then yeah, you want to cast it to get that trigger. Yep. So we're going against the mirror. I think Meteor Golem is going to be very important in this match. I kind of think Stonebrain as well, but like Harnett isn't that much of a threat to us. 2 Suchis, a Cityscape Leveler, Authority Consoles will take out, Temporary Lockdowns will take out 1 Karn, put in 1 Brain. We do that. Yeah, so that's like that sacking the Lotus was a misplay because I could have paid X being 2 for the Walker, the Metalwork Walker, which would have been X2, X2, which is 4, which would have procced the Liberator to get a +1/+1 counter, which would have made it big enough to survive and actually kill the other creature. And then it would have been able to keep the Lotus still. I mean, it still worked out, but it's just like learning those as you play. That's how you want to learn decks and learn about your misplays and everything. They just have Mountainias. So I don't like that hand. This one's better. Oh, no, it's not. Ugh. Okay, we have the Iron Craig here. So we'll put this back. And this. 2 Blast Zones. I think we just lost this one. Terrible opening hands. I'm trying to think if like Blast Zone doesn't do anything until turn 3 anyway. Because you can put 1 extra counter on it, so you don't necessarily need to put it out sooner. Yep. I will match your Craig. Top 5 security of the world, Craig. Sacrifice another artifact, create a 3/3 golem. Okay. So you're sacrificing Power Stone. Check Raj. Just ramp up. I kind of wanted to just wait and put a counter on Blast Zone, but they need a way to get a counter, which I'm assuming that 3-drop is going to come into play. We'll get him that. But then it still costs 2, right? Yeah, it still costs 2. We took out our lockdowns, which would have been good against this token deck, apparently. Hit us for 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, we're good. So we're gonna put another counter on Blast Zone so we take out Legion Extruder. We're also gonna have mana open for Liberator as well. Sure. What are you gonna do? Sure. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. I thought it asked if it wanted to equip, not actually just change it. Oh man, Yo. I can't believe I did that. Oh. Alright, whatever. We can get rid of their mana rock and the extruder. Well, they're gonna sack it, so whatever. Oh man, I completely messed this game up. Oh, are you kidding me? Sure. Let's see what we grab here. We might just scoop. Yeah, we're done. can't believe I messed that up. We would have Meteor Golem their enchantment, and then we would have been good. Because we would have had another 3/3 to block the Golem that they made. Sure. Rid of this and Ugin. Probably have another shock. Oh, guess not. No. 3, 4, 5. If we draw land, then it means nothing. Got it. Pass. With 5 mana's open, we need 1 more for the Radiant Lotus. There he is. I was waiting for this cough. I knew he was going to show up. I knew he was going to be here.
This land will be ours again. Till then, we fight.
Oh, that's not it.
I'll melt you to slag.
Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be. I do. Trying to think if there's a way that I can put out the Radiant Lotus with Siren. I don't think there is because I only have 2 artifacts. I could sack the Radiant Lotus itself. Then I'd just completely be done. Let me give him the good old thinking here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast Radiant Lotus. Tap Radiant Lotus. Sack the Crag. Sack the Power Stone. Sack Radiant Lotus. I get 9 mana. I get a Sire 7 Deaths and another Crag on the field. You know, sure, let's do it. That's what's there for, right? Alright, let's see what they got. Do they seriously have removal? It's gonna make me so sad. Ooh. My old bones is getting tired.
We will retake this land from Phyrexia.
Search for a Mountaina. The counter permanent player used. Okay. Let's see. Let's go straight for cough. Oh, it does have menace. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot. I will end the turn. 1, 2. We could put 2 counters. I feel like we might need to get rid of all of one. What's their timer? 18. 19 minutes. 18 minutes. Mine's at 20:26. Let's go, homie. Sure.
I'm ready to fight.
Okay. Okay.
Never forget the home we lost.
Okay. Okay.
You're wretched.
Oh, I thought I had death touch. I was like, hold up. 1, 2, 3. We can put 3 counters on one of the blast zones because we'll get rid of all will be 1. Or we can just put 3 counters on it and get rid of the cough and just start hitting face. I think that's what we should do. Yeah, because all we want isn't going to kill us at the moment, but Koth can kill Sire 7 Deaths. Because I'm sure they'll take the 7 damage to get rid of it. If you have a mountain in hand and you're just sitting there contemplating if you should do this or not, I'm going to be upset. Yep, what can I do?
Mirrodin, lend me your flame.
You're going to take 14 damage to kill this thing? That's cool. They are. $14 damage for one Sire? I'm cool with that.
If we must,
Let's just do this.
I do not intend to lose.
1, 2, 3, yeah. And we get to kill a Karn as well. Sure. They are going to start activating this Thran Spider, though.
Geometric perfection.
See ya.
Betrayal closes in from all sides.
I keep a land in my hand, especially when I have only 1 card in hand, just for that deceitfulness. Oh, can't believe we lost this. After all of that.
You have no idea who you're messing with. Let's go big.
I don't know why they're not swinging in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 with 3. They kill it, we draw 3 cards. Kind of what we need right now. Sure.
No plan, no problem.
Tap. I mean, you kind of have to block it. We'll activate. Does Carnside likes exile or destroy? Destroy. Okay, cool. Big whiff. So I need to get Blast Zone to 5. Because now OB1 could kill us. Sure.
There's never a bad time to improvise.
Can't believe we haven't seen any Eugenies. We really haven't seen anything.
Stopping Phyrexia is all that matters.
Target creature. Okay.
We take this land from Phyrexia.
Oh, wow. And then it's going to exile it, isn't it? We don't get the draw. All because of that. Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Let's give it our all.
Oh, God, that sucks. The only thing that can save us is if we top deck Eugene. Yeah. 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 Wait. Alright, hold up. Let me see. I think Eugene still dies, unfortunately. No! I forgot the Power Stone won't tap for it. Because we would cast Eugene, exile all will be 1, and then we'd cast Walker for 0, trigger Eugene, exile Chandra, and then that would be it. Oh. That's unfortunate. Well, that's my mono white colorless Eugene deck. Again, I was going for the static ability. I wasn't trying to ult him. Uh, it was more about being able to cast so many colorless things and proc that whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to one target permanent that's one or more colors. Um, so the deck still needs quite a bit of tweaking, and so that's why I said this is definitely a shell. But there is no deck out there like this right now, so it's one of a kind at this point. But take the shell, see what you can do with it. I'm gonna be tweaking with it some more. I already built my Azorius Control deck. I'm gonna work on a Sultai build, but the Azorius Control really was just about adding Elspeths and the new Syncopate. So those are really the only two cards that were added from Tarkir, but I'm gonna double check again. Um, and then I have a Rhinos deck that I made, which is very funky. There's still a lot of tweaking that I'm doing to a lot of these decks that I don't have access to these cards until everyone else. I'm not a big time streamer, so I don't get the early access, so I couldn't build anything. So hopefully I can get some more decks out and put some more content out. But yeah, this deck is fun. I just feel like it needs to be more consistent, and I'm trying to figure out where that consistency needs to be. So, thanks for checking out the video. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Go check out my game, ronin-tcg.com. Martial arts based trading card game that I developed myself, and I appreciate if you check that out. So, thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.